Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. My name is Mike James, and today we're talking about something that sounds futuristic. But the question is, this is really as close as, the gutters in front of your house, the drainage system, let's put it that way. And when we talk about smart cities, now when people hear the word smart city, they picture tall glass buildings, super fast internet, and even electric cars and all that, as we see in some highly developed countries. But the truth is, a city can't be smart if it's not clean. For LOMA, which is Lagos Waste Management Authority, a smart city starts with something simple but powerful: clean, well-managed communities. Now today I'll be revealing to you how LOMA is building a smart Lagos through waste management, innovation, education, and even enforcement. Of course, the enforcement drive is still very much on top gear. And we'll also talk about how you can be a part of this journey, the journey of building a smart city through, waste management, innovation, courtesy LOMA. So we'll be looking at smart cities and clean communities, LOMA's role in a smarter Lagos, approach. All right, let's go on a break. Let's take a message from our partners. We'll be back to continue the conversation. Stay here.
Stop it! Yes, you don't do it. Indiscriminate dumping of refuse into drainage channels is prohibited in Lagos State. It has to stop. Henceforth, it's zero tolerance for building or erecting structures on drainages, setbacks, and alignments in Lagos State. Government is doing its best to make our environment clean and safe. As responsible citizens, we too should play our part to sustain it. Dumping of refuse into drainages, canals, or gutters destroys our roads and drainage systems, causes flooding in some areas, and poses great dangers to lives and damage to our public structures. Desist from disposing refuse into drainage channels and canals. It's damaging to the image of Lagos State. Remember, there are laws and regulations guiding the disposal of waste in Lagos State. Offenders will be prosecuted according to the law. Do the right thing. Use refuse bins, not canals, gutters, or drains. Dispose waste responsibly. Protect our drainage system. Contribute to a safer environment for us all. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe Office of Drainage Services.
If you asked me what a team of heroes look like, I would say people committed to creating a clean and beautiful state. After all, what's there to love about living in a dirty and harmful environment? That's why at LOMA, we built an exceptional team with people like the fearless Binga who picks up waste from your house and streets, the swift Musa who navigates all waste to the landfills, Yadupe, the super cleaner who saves our roads from litters, and of course, our magical recycler, Atinuke, who converts waste to wealth. Everyone at LOMA is committed to keeping Lagos clean in every way for a safer and healthier Lagos. LOMA, a league of heroes. Keep Lagos clean.
Lagos, welcome back to Clean and Edge here on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. So we're looking at, LOMA's drive in building a smart city. That is smart cities, clean communities, and LOMA's role in a smarter Lagos. All right, then. So let's quickly talk traffic. Let's talk about what's happening out there traffic-wise. So we've got our eyes on the situation along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Busy moving traffic so far in and out, that for those heading towards Ibadan and for those heading inward Lagos, it's been quite a busy one so far. And I've got a message here that reads, I'm at Deeper Life going to Lagos. It's quite on the high side anyways. But then someone else says traffic at Car Park C inward Lagos. All right, thank you so much for the heads up. And outward Lagos, well, I've been getting feeds that is quite busy. Busy moving traffic, but hey, we're trying to gather up some comprehensive news from that end. But within the metropolis itself, things are still looking very cool and calm. One or two impediments to report, but no cause for alarm. Not affecting traffic. The stretch of Ojota interchange down to Maryland, not bad at all. Connecting Anthony, Fadi, all looking very good. The entire stretch, and we have a case of an impediment at. That's on the main carriageway inward Maryland. Yes, intersection from Anthony. That's Anthony inward Maryland. Not affecting the flow of traffic, but all hands are on deck to have recovered as quickly as possible. And from the Gudalakbere end, very smooth movement is what we have recorded from Otedola through Tollgate down to Alakbere, connecting Ogudi, Fako, Car Wash, and navigating the island via the Third Mainland Bridge. All right, this now give us some time to have great conversations. But let's quickly look at this one. It's an impediment along the old Abeokuta Road by Genge to Inward New Garage. It's a truck, a Dangote truck, having a mechanical fault, a Kickstarter problem there. But efforts is on to have it fixed and have it recovered as quickly as possible. So this is at Genge to Inward New Garage along the old Abeokuta Expressway. Okay, so we're back to the conversation about smart cities and cleanliness. Yes, so like I mentioned earlier before that break, a smart city starts with something simple but very powerful, which is a clean and well-managed community. So we'll be looking at how Loma is building a smarter Lagos through waste management, innovation, through education, and even enforcement. Yes, of course, the enforcement drive is still on, top gear. And we'll also talk about how you too can be a part of this drive. Okay, so let's begin to dissect things now. A smart city isn't just about technology. Now, it's basically about how people live, how people move and interact with their environment. So you can have all the technology in the world, that wouldn't matter much. But if your streets are full of litter, your drains are blocked, and your waste is unmanaged, what happens? Then it becomes a stress rather than a smart city. Now, a true smart city is efficient, healthy, and sustainable. So what does that mean? In clear terms, it means the drains are flowing freely, not clogged with plastic bottles and, disposable plastics and all that. It also means that waste is disposed of properly, not thrown into canals, which end up blocking the drains. It means that citizens know their role in keeping their community clean. Yes, and that's why Loma is stepping up this advocacy, this drive, because Lagos' future depends on the cleanliness of our present situation. All right, so let's get education, innovation, and enforcement. All these put together in building a smart city, Kotse Loma. So it's no longer news, but then what is Loma doing to build a cleaner, smarter Lagos? That's the question we're asking now. Now, community empowerment, they've been through, several community empowerment drives, environmental education. Of course, Loma knows that technology and infrastructure won't work if people don't understand their role. That's why, Loma has launched the Loma Academy, which has been on for quite some time. And this is Nigeria's first waste management school. So if we're talking about community empowerment through environmental education, Loma is number one in Nigeria. All right. And what do they do at this academy? They train children in order to, catch the next generation young. It's all about catching them young so that the next generation grows up with clean habits, with clean orientation. They grow up with knowing, the role they need to play in achieving a sustainable, environment. They also train students, turning environmental awareness into career opportunities. It's not just about having, cultivating a clean habit now. It's about, tapping into the economic benefits of, cleanliness and waste disposal, waste management comes with its own environmental benefits. And also, they train entrepreneurs, yes, creating wastepreneurs who run recycling and composting businesses. Now, Loma also partners with schools. They partner with markets and community groups for workshops on how to turn waste into income. Now, have you ever tried to imagine making money from your pet bottles or old newspaper? Yeah, that's, smart city thinking, Kotse Loma. All right, and also recycling and circular economy hubs. Loma has come up with these, intervention projects across Lagos. Recycling banks are springing up here and there. And you and I can also take plastics. We can take cans and other recyclables and exchange them for cash or useful items. Yes, someone's nodding his head and smiling. Of course, yes, that's it. And this practice does two things. It keeps waste out of the landfills. Talking about recycling now, it keeps waste out of the land. It reduces the amount of, let's put it in clarity, reduces the amount of waste that end up in the landfills. And it also encourages a culture where waste is seen as a resource, not as trash. And let's not forget that Loma is also partnering with private companies to pilot waste to energy projects where your trash could help power your home tomorrow. That's in the works, but yeah, it's one of the biggest projects Loma and Lagos State government is embarking upon. Now, public sanitation infrastructure, let's put that into consideration as well. So if you've seen uniformed road sweepers, that's the street sweepers wearing the reflective, overall, keeping medians and walkways clean. So that's Loma's workforce in action. Just have that in mind. And they work every day so that you can move through Lagos without dodging heaps of trash. That's the essence of that. They are the highway managers. You can call them the highway managers or the street sweepers. Loma has also embarked in several advocacy and policy enforcement projects. Of course, we know that a smart city must have rules, and Lagos does have environmental rules. So if you commit an environmental infraction, we have the enforcement team. They're there to get you. Open dumping, blocking drains, and, refusing to pay your waste bills now attract fines. Hope you know that. Courtesy Loma's and environmental enforcement team. So they'll be there to get you if you, end up defaulting or perhaps commit an environmental infraction. But then Loma doesn't just punish, they educate first. So that's why we're having this program and so many other programs like this on other radio stations and even on the dailies. That's why we have community advocacy and sensitization, drives, all across Lagos. It's all about educating you and letting you in on what to do, how you can be a part of, environmental sustainability, how you can be a part of, the waste management drive in Lagos State. So it's not just about enforcing now. They educate first, and their advocacy teams visit markets, landlord associations, and even local councils on a weekly basis, teaching people how to handle waste properly and how to work with our society.
You need me. Together we can make Lagos clean. Make sure you throw away your dirt properly, not inside canals, to avoid flooding on our roads when it rains. Lagos Traffic Radio say keep Lagos clean. Moving Lagos
Stop
forward.
it! Yes, you don't do it. Indiscriminate dumping of refuse into drainage channels is prohibited in Lagos State. It has to stop. Henceforth, it's zero tolerance for building or erecting structures on drainages, setbacks, and alignments in Lagos State. Government is doing its best to make our environment clean and safe. As responsible citizens, we too should play our part to sustain it. Dumping of refuse into drainages, canals, or gutters destroys our roads and drainage systems, causes flooding in some areas, and poses great dangers to lives and damage to our public structures. Desist from disposing refuse into drainage channels and canals. It's damaging to the image of Lagos State. Remember, there are laws and regulations guiding the disposal of waste in Lagos State. Offenders will be prosecuted according to law. Right thing. Use not canals, gutters, or responsibly. Drainage system contribute to the environment for us. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó Jùmọ̀ṣe ni o.
We're back on the blog, and we're continuing the conversation on Loma's role in building a smart city through education, enforcement, and some innovation, waste management innovations. But quickly, traffic-wise, it's still a busy one along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, especially the Mowe corridor. Mowe-Ibadan Express quite busy this morning, inward and outward. I understand from car park C, it's a busy one inward Lagos, and for those heading out toward Lagos, heading towards Ibadan, they have it busy. They have been getting reports from some of our listeners who are stopping that traffic along that stretch of road. But then we're hoping to get something more comprehensive as time goes by. Let's keep our fingers crossed. We're aware of the situation, busy traffic situation in and out of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway this morning. All right, but within Lagos, things are still very calm from the live cameras. Smooth movement is what we are monitoring along the Ogodo-Akpere corridor heading towards the island via the Third Mainland Bridge. Smooth one on the Third Mainland Bridge as well. The Ojota corridor looks very good to use, heading towards Maryland via the connecting the Funchal Williams Avenue this morning. We're also monitoring the situation along Lagos Abeokuta Expressway from Dokpemu all through the stretch of Ile-Zik, connecting that's national PWD down to the Bolade Oshiri end of town. Remember to always drive cautiously, keep it within the required speed limits. We've got our eyes on ground. The broken down truck with a mechanical problem on the main carriageway. That's from Anthony. Yes. Still on ground, but no cause for alarm. It's not affecting the flow of traffic, but caution has been provided around that corridor where we have the. All right, so back to the conversation. We'll be wrapping things up in a bit. So we asked the question: what's your role in building a smart Lagos? We understand that Loma can't do it alone. A smart city is built by everyone, not just the Lagos State government, not just the government. But hey, here's how you can play your part. It's all about sorting and storing your waste correctly. This is what we preach every time on this show. Separating plastics, organics, and general waste. This makes recycling easier, and it also keeps dump sites less overwhelmed. And don't forget, you can always engage your CDA, encourage your street or estate to organize monthly cleanups. And Loma can even support these drive efforts like this. This is what Loma would like to support. Coming up with monthly cleanups with your CDA. Paying your bills promptly, your waste bills promptly is also one of the key roles at which you can play when it comes to building a smart city. PSPs need, resources to collect waste regularly. Logistics is very important. So you paying your waste bills as at when due keeps them in the business. And using Loma recycling bags, yes, for those in the business of waste management, you can turn your trash into cash, like I mentioned. Yes. And that made a lot of people smile here in the studio. So turning your trash into cash or rewards is also part of, the roles you can play, in order to, come up with a smart city initiative. Keeping your drainage clear. It's all about keeping your drainage clear. Avoid dumping refuse into gutters. Yes, it's an open invitation to flooding and disease. Have that in mind, and it has a way of getting back at you, health-wise. So clearing your drains, if you can do that on a weekly basis, that would be very, very helpful. And avoid dumping refuse into the gutters. Now, teaching the next generation is also part of what you can do in order to achieve a smart city. Katsi Loma. Yes. Okay, so let's see if we can take one or two calls. I have this call coming in. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, a very good morning to you.
God bless you, sir. God bless you. Those that have ear, let them hear. Those that are deaf, let their ear be deaf. Sir, do you know what? I don't know whether people will put agency in each bus stop. Because sometimes people are the one causing problem. How can you leave your house? You are not going to bus stop to throw away dustbin. Sometimes some of them will be doing it in the midnight because they know that those people is not around. But this time they will not put on dustbin on the bus stop. And it's kind of annoying sometimes. This is that they don't have money to stay in their Loma in their house. Whether I face me, I face you. I've been fat. I don't know their attitude. And I don't know their reason. Because now we keep encouraging now that flood. People, I don't know. I remember what I was saying at that before that fact, if you are going to Joshaga. At that junction, in the night, by 4:35, they'll go and throw away their dustbins here. They will not come back. But during the day like this, they will not throw away dustbins here. So during the daybreak, if you see problem around the street, Loma will be walking. Whereas people are the one causing problems. So I don't know whether those agencies that are arresting them, whether the people will put them in the bus stop so that they should be monitoring those, because they normally put it in bus stop, apart from the streets. We're not even talking about the streets. So it's kind of annoying sometimes. Later they'll be saying that people is not doing this one. The government is not, but we are the problem. So God bless you for this vital talk. Those that have here, but anybody that is doing evil in Lagos State, they are causing problems, flood and some difficulties. God will keep bringing their consequences. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. You didn't tell us your name. Oh, this is gone. Okay, well, whoever you are, thank you so much for your contribution. Well, just to let you in on the latest, Loma's enforcement team, they're watching. They're very much on ground, and of course, a couple of people have been arrested lately, and they've been made to face the mobile court. So, well, they're very much on ground. They're watching, the monitoring, and of course, yes, they've been picking up, environmental offenders. Turn down the radio on your, the volume of your radio, please. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Alex.
Alex.
From Agege.
Alex from Agege. Good to have you join us, Alex. Talk to us.
Now, I don't know if the Loma has enforcement concerning people that are dumping refuse on the road. Like, for example, I say around Agege. Capital Road, Oniwaya, down to Kukutu. The one that even gets that even worse is from Oniwaya down to Kukutu. Every day they will come and dump refuse there. Every day. And the Loma will come, they will like pack it. Tomorrow again, you see another heap of refuse. I think this is getting worse every day. Go some other area also in Lagos State, they dump it everywhere. It's not that I don't know whether they are not paying Loma bill or Loma is not going to their house as they pack their trash, but they are bringing these dustbin out. Right. They're putting that in full of dirty. But you know, taking money for every single one on the road.
Okay, Alex.
They are not. Look whether you cannot ever see person bottle again.
Right.
But why are we not seeing this one?
Okay, Alex. But do you know that you can these people dumping waste illegally? There are various channels at which you can report. You can, do a whistle blow. Do you know that? Are you aware, Alex?
Well, I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
Maybe you need to invite
of course.
To come and like educate us on it.
Okay.
Down to Keko to go and look that road. Loma is coming every day with their vehicle to come and pack it. But these people around here, they refuse to. Maybe they're not paying Loma because before there's a time that when Loma was working very well,
right?
Each house that did not pay Loma bill, the landlord will tell you that if you can pay my house bill, go and pay Loma bill. Let us pay Loma bill first. Even though if anything that is not paying Loma bill, you have the right to take that person to court. That's why we have mobile court. We have this in the court in Agege here. Right. We have a magistrate court. We have other courts that are on that issue on that issue. So a lot of landlords that they are less concerning the bin.
All right.
This is getting too much.
Yes, this has been noted, Alex, and thank you so much for your concern. Well, Alex, just to let you know that you can always report, like Loma has been, saying this through their various programs. You can report those who are committing environmental infractions. If you see something, say something. If you see someone dumping waste illegally, feel free to report, and I'll be giving out the contacts now at which you can connect with, Loma. If you see illegal dumping or even PSP failures or blocked drains caused by refuse, speak up. Yes, Loma is saying you can speak up by calling any of the helplines, 0708 060 1020. I can also send a WhatsApp message, take photos, 0708 060 1020. You can send an email to info@loma.gov.ng or connect with Loma via Instagram, Loma_GOV, and on Facebook, Loma.gov. But Lagos, remember, a smart city is everyone's responsibility, from the governor to the street sweepers, from the market women to the bankers, to you and I. Yes, the Lagos we want is very possible if we all play our part. And that's how I'll be wrapping things up on the show this morning. Thank you so much for those who have called in. Alex and the previous caller, thank you so much for your contributions. All right, I must say a very big thank you to the managing that's the MD, CEO, Loma, the person of Mr. Muiwa Agbadigeshi, and not forgetting the Director of Public Affairs for Loma, Mrs. Folashade Kodri. And, to my interns here in the studio, thank you so much. And not forgetting Okpemi Shodenke of the social media team. All right, then Cleaning Edge will come your way again next week. Saturday, but we have the Wednesday edition, which is Ojúṣe Loma, every Wednesdays at